Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight I've got another game in the Montana for you guys. I know, it's been a moment, and by a moment I mean it's been like a week. But this is actually from the night that Airsoft Alphonse and I played together, and you guys may remember the last video where we ended up in the middle of North and going toe-to-toe with Schlieffens and craziness ensued. Yeah, this is going to be no different. We're going to be in the Montana, a double Montana division, because Alphonse and I both agree Montana is absolutely amazing. We love this ship. So, we're going to have a lot of fun. There are 3 destroyers. We're on a sort of close quarters map. We spawn middle, which means crossfires, right boys? You guys know the deal by now. Crossfires are a thing. So we are going to try to make sure that we take full advantage of said crossfires. Alright, now before we get this video started, don't forget we're on the path to 50,000 subscribers. I know I haven't really been reminding you guys lately. Figure I'd give you guys a little bit of a break, but if you haven't already subscribed and you enjoy what I do, punch that subscribe button, join the family. Let's do this together. I believe in us. Now, with the formalities out of the way, we are going to put ourselves in position to crossfire the Charlie cap. Why? Because that's where most of the people are going to end up. You'll usually have 3 people spawn over at the Alpha cap, and everybody else spawns middle and goes to Charlie. It's just the way this game this map tends to work most of the time. So right off the bat, we have a Yama. Do we shoot at Yama right away? No, we wait. Why? Because there are better targets, and speaking of, we've got a Grossa Kerfer sailing flat broadside to us at 17 kilometers. Alphonse is the first to get a shot out, and unfortunately, I'm too slow, and I don't get my shot. But we do eventually get a shot out. Alphonse managed to slap the crap out of him. Somebody else missed, and then we take our shot, and it looks pretty good, doesn't it? Bonk. There goes 24,000 more damage off of that guy. Turns out, if you sail broadside in a 100 or 1,000 foot long ship at the beginning of a match, and then you just keep sailing broadside, despite getting blapped, you're gonna keep getting blapped. But don't worry, we're not done yet, folks, because he's still sailing. Oh, he gets, oh wait. If at first your friend doesn't succeed, try again. If 1,000 foot long ship sailing broadside gets blapped, surely I can do it better. Now, there is a Shima up close and personal, which is not ideal. So we're keeping an eye on him. But fortunately for us, our destroyer's doing the right thing. And we look out. We've got a Conqueror hiding behind an island. Doesn't seem to be moving, does he? Seems to be pretty content to sitting there. You know who else is just content to sit behind the island thinking they're safe? The Kerfers. And if you look at the map, he's still broadside to our location, which means a little bit of auto-aim goes a long ways. Bonk. There goes another 20,000+ damage off of him. Yeah, Montana's bad, guys. I wouldn't recommend ever using Montana. It's a terrible ship, from what I hear. Even though everybody seems to be saying the same thing nowadays, which is, this ship is amazing. If only I'd have known this sooner. I've been saying it. But Kerfers is like, God darn, I just got slapped. I should just reverse, but still stay broadside to the person who's blapping the shit out of me. Wonder how that'll go for him. Bonk. There's our kill. And another 20,000+ damage. Like, the thought process of some of these people is just baffling. Like, if you've been hit 4 separate times by the same people, maybe change up what you're doing. But don't worry, again, if the first guy can't succeed, surely I can, right? At least he's got the right idea. He's like, I gotta get out of here. You're still broadside, which means this is gonna sting a bit. Bonk. Not quite as much damage. He did turn in at the last second. I don't know if you saw that, so he did negate some of the damage there. Doesn't matter, because somebody else chunks him as well. We're not the only one shooting at him. There are people out in front of him, but look at the amount of attention that we have taken away from these guys. These guys are, oh my god, there's another broadside battleship. Let's see what happens to a Conqueror who's broadside. He seems to be slowing down, about to change course, so let's go ahead and plan for him to go forward, shall we? What could go wrong? We take the shot, out ahead of him, he's gonna drive right into it because so predictable. Bonk. There goes another 15k. Actually, I don't know, I think that was more like 12k. But you guys get the deal. Swing and a miss, sunshine. You're gonna have to do better than that. If only you had recognized that I was going in reverse. You gotta love it, man. Now, we do take a little bit of damage here from the right side of the map, so we're gonna have to pay attention, but it's too juicy to pass up. He's doing the same thing that the last guy did, which is, I just got slapped. I'm not gonna change my angle or anything. I'm just gonna go behind the island, because surely he can't hit me behind here. And he just gets lucky that we get bad RNG. Speaking of RNG, that GK just got slapped. I don't know if it was torpedoes or if just a bunch of people shot him, but slapped with an H. That's how hard he got hit. But it's okay, because as he's running away, he's broadside to me. And do I need to say it at this point? Wait for it. Bonk. I was going to say pow, but it was more of a bonk. Didn't really do a whole lot of damage there. But look, smoke screen to my right. Potentially people in the A-cap, because it's lit up right now. Rather than sit here and wait for torpedoes, since we don't know where the destroyer's at. His last known position was coming after me, and look, Arshima's like, hey, I think he's out here. It's a pretty good guess. So we're gonna get away from him because reasons. I don't want to be there when he gets here, right? I can't shoot what I can't see, and Arshima's actually gonna do some potentially nice teamworky things, believe it or not. But unfortunately, I can't really do anything because I've already made up my mind to go forward and potentially go after these guys that are coming through the gap. And that's when we get spotted by a spotter plane. I wonder who could be doing that. Oh, there's a Yama. Now, we've got 126,000 damage at this point. Had a pretty solid game, a lot of broadside opponents. Surely this Yamato saw us. He had a spotter plane. It spotted us. It's what the spotter plane can do occasionally, especially comes in handy when you don't know somebody's around the corner and the plane goes up in the air and it goes over the mountain and says, hey, there's a guy here. You should probably pay attention to that. Especially if that somebody is a particular YouTuber with an affinity for American armor piercing. And you just happen to be way over-angled in your Yama. And you're very healthy Yama at that. Now here, he does turn in a little bit, but honestly, it doesn't matter. This American armor piercing gonna slap the shit out of him. And we do, in fact, slap the shit out of him. He does get angled, to his credit. He doesn't just sail flat broadside. We were angled pretty well, so we took very little damage from the Alaska and the Yama. You can see our Shima is attacking their, assuming Shima? Yep, their Shima and our Shima are engaged in a duel. But I've got bigger fish to fry. I have a very healthy Yami and a very healthy Alaska, and I am just itching for some more damage. So, we're going to try to make sure that we're in position to do that, because there's nobody else. Well, never mind, there's torpedoes. I was going to say, there's nobody else in position to take advantage of these guys, but Shimakaze has about 370,000 damage worth of demon fish on the way for that Yamato, which is real unfortunate for me, because I could have had even more damage. Now, obviously, we're radared. That means the Alaska knows that we're about to come around the corner. It means the Yama knows that we're about to come around the corner. Fortunately, the Shima does not miss his 370,000 Alpha Strike torpedoes through the tiny gap at the two ships. He doesn't. Surprise. Shocker. I know. Crazy. But the Alaska does not heed his own warning systems saying, hey, there's a Montana about to come around the corner. He seems to be angry. He angles away, which is probably the worst thing he could have done here, because that guarantees even more damage for me. He's lucky he doesn't get Citadel. Alaska has a very low Citadel. It's underwater, but angling away the way he did actually makes it slightly easier for me, because that means those shells are going to have longer to arm in his ship and potentially do more damage, even if we don't Citadel him. Now, we still got 7 overpins. I mean, it's still 16-inch super heavy rounds, but again, there we finish him up. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but just like that, we ended up with over 212,000 damage and a high caliber with 3 kills, top of the leaderboard, 2,693 base XP. Surely that deserves a like. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.